So today I'm doing an oil change. In fact, I've got the oil dripping down there right now. But I wanted to pull this baffle out and take a look at it and see if there's any kind of wear or any evidence of any chattering going on or anything else. I can't see how that could be because it's, the air is just sucking it flat against the bottom there. But, maybe when you're idling or something, I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to look at it. So let's take a look at it right now and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so here it is. It's an ugly damn thing, isn't it? Looks like some kind of big outer space caterpillar or something. But I don't see any. If you had any evidence of wear on it, it would be on this surface right here. And I don't see any kind of evidence that anything is worn, getting ready to snap off or anything like that. It's been in there probably, I don't know, maybe 10,000 miles. I have to look back, but it's been in there a while. And I'll look at this too, but there's nothing there as far as any kind of wear. One thing I do want to check is see how well the air clean is working. This looks clean inside, but it's hard to tell because there's some, of course this is a lint-free rag, I always use lint-free, right? See, that's pretty damn clean. So I'm not seeing anything there, but I'm keeping an eye on it. If I see anything that I don't like, I will definitely make another video on it. But so far, so good as far as that baffle. Eventually, I want to go to something else other than that. The bad thing about it is you can't just change the foam on it. You got to change the whole damn thing. It's close to 200 bucks. So, you're kind of stuck there. If I could get just a straight tube, that would be great. But you can't. So we're kind of in a box there. But anyway, I'm going to move on to the oil change and we'll see what else we're going to do next. I'm not going to put you through this oil change because you've seen me do it 3 times now. Progressively, I've gotten better at it. So if you're watching the videos, I'll put the links in the comments. But the first one, I think I used a plastic bag. The second one I used the Geno's cap, and then the third one I used my thing I call my tool, which is not a porno term. And I set it down in the bottom, and that works really well. So that third video is probably the one you'd want to watch if you want to see how I change my oil. So for now, we'll just go ahead and put this thing back in. And we've talked about this scoop before, you can see those videos, but that's kind of an air straightener. Fits in there pretty good. I guess you could conceive some rattling around, but I don't really think you do have it. Anyway, it is what it is. We'll see how it works out. Now this truck is, going on 6 years. It's a 2014. A lot of the trucks are seeing that foam deteriorate and get sucked into the engine, which is why I pulled mine off in the first place. But I did pull it off and it looked okay, but I don't think I want to put it back yet. These clamps will loosen over time. So this is 8mm. You don't want to get carried away and break one, but they get loose. And just a quick picture of my new oil filter with the Geno's cap on it, and it's sitting inside of my, what I call my third hand, which is my filter holder, which I designed. Okay, so the other thing we're going to do today is change the crank case ventilator filter. And I've got my oil draining right now, so I got to remember to put my oil back, my plug. And we're going to go ahead and pull this thing out. This cover here is strictly decorative. I don't know if you guys remember some of the 5.9s, but that big chrome piece on there. That was probably one of the first things I pulled off because you had to set your valves every 24,000 miles on that truck. I'm talking about the original Well, not the original, but the 95 is what I'm referring to, a 1995. So get ready your dipstick. And then we're going to take, what is it? One here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and a couple in the back, and that's it. We're going to take those off. Then we're going to just pop this whole thing off. This is the hard way, I know. You really don't have to do that. You can leave everything intact. Just loosen these screws, lift it up, pop a new one in. But I got a new gasket, and I just wanted to, you know, do it this way. It's lame, I know, but that's what I'm doing. Gotta take this out. Now normally you could just lift this out, pop another one in, but like I said, being the anal person I am, I'm gonna pull it all apart, check the seals, look at everything. See how clean it is underneath? Looks great. See, it says Fleet Guard. That's Cummins. And it's also got a replacement part on it right here. And you can see that that gasket looks fine. I don't know why I'm screwing with that, but I am. So here's the new one. It really looks just like the old one. You can see the white in there. Brand new. Fleet Guard, same thing. I've got a new O-ring, so I'm going to go ahead and change that now, just for the hell of it, because I got it. I hate to tear things down. It's not the weekend, but I hate to tear things down and then find out I've got to run to the dealer or something like that. So that's the purpose there. And you know, that's up to you, the way you feel about it. I don't think it's worth it, to tell you the truth, because the other one looked fine. So we're going to lube up the filter itself now and put it back in. Alright guys, so this is going to wrap up another edition of the old man and his truck. Some people have asked me what kind of bucket is that you use underneath your truck, because I don't jack it up, I just slide it under there. It's just a regular old 5-gallon bucket. This one's a Lowe's, but I just cut it down where I can still have the handle, and you just have to cut a little bit off of it, and it's you know, it's enough to be able to slide it, not underneath the front. You got to go in on the passenger side, or the other side for that matter, but I go in from the passenger side running board, and you know, it slips right in place, and you still have enough clearance to work your plug and stuff, so that works out, and I fish it out with a magnet. The other thing is I always keep this in a plastic bag. I guess, you know, it's kind of common sense, but doesn't seem like some of the quick change people know that. One last thing is this filter, this crank case filter, which is literally looks beautiful, but you can see the black oil in there. You probably can't, but not black oil, but it looks good. It looks real good. Now a lot of people that delete their trucks, they will cut the guts out of it and remove the foam, and the reason they do that is so that you don't have to worry about changing or that filter causing any kind of back pressure on the engine, because most of the guys that delete will put a little filter coming off the top. You gotta have this in here because of that gasket. But you can cut the guts out and put it back, and you know. So just wanted to mention that. And this is going to do it. As I always say, I appreciate you guys watching. And until next time, adios.